Man, look, let's change the subject here, man.
Yeah,
because I don't want it to be all the world is coming to an end, man. What is the greatest TV show in the history of TV
of all time?
Yeah. See, because you're an intellectual, man. I know you've thought about this once or twice. The Wire.
The Wire. It's up there.
And look, you ain't 29. You
I'm 39 now.
Okay, I ain't want to say it.
Ladies.
You 39. So you actually have frame of reference.
Yes.
Right? Why do you say The Wire is the best TV show in the history of TV?
All right, well, I was maybe too young for the Cosbys. Mm-hmm. I don't care what he did. He did that, yes. And he's a piece. Still made. It was a great TV show. He still made a good TV show, and he great comedy. He's still a piece of shit. But anyway,
O.J. Simpson probably killed his wife.
He
was a great running back.
Yeah, he's a double murderer, but he's still a running back. Aside all that, But The Wire, because I would say that's a TV show that I still talk about. Mm-hmm. That I still remember. It was.
When was it, like 2000, right?
Yeah, it was maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was. It was the realest thing I've seen on television, and they had things similar to it, but it still seemed scripted.
There's a whole document. I'm gonna send it to you when we get out of here, man. There's a document online where they talk about the realism comes not because they show real police or they show real criminals. The realism is everybody in the show is juxtaposition at the highest level. It's the good and the bad. We talked about yin and yang before we started. Mm-hmm. The good and the bad in the cops, and the good and the bad
and the good and the bad in the streets.
And the street folks.
It's
all of that.
Yes.
Which is more like real life.
Mm-hmm.
Because they make it seem like all of the cops are on some great crusade to do the right thing.
That's not true, man.
Omar said a man got to have a code, man.
There's no code, man. Yes.
You got to have a code.
And
right?
that's another brilliant thing that it made the most scariest person in the show a gay man.
You think that was by accident, man? They did that on purpose.
I think they did.
Yeah.
But he was still so menacing.
Yeah.
And he was the favorite.
Even if he wasn't gay, he was thorough, man.
He was just menacing.
Yeah, he was out of control.
And he was not, if you think about it, he wasn't a good guy. He just had morals.
He had a code.
He was still robbing people, but he was robbing worse people than him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that made him good.
Yeah.
So I think it was The Wire. Now I got favorites, Fresh Prince and Martin and all that. The TGIF ABC lineup when I was a kid, Family Matters, Step by Step, Perfect Strangers. Y'all don't know about Perfect Strangers. Look it up.
Nah, I don't. I really don't, man. I was in the Army, man. I missed a lot of stuff, man.
Missed all that. Was, back in my day.
When I used to get off work, I wouldn't watch no TV, man.
Yeah.
I go straight to sleep.
I don't watch TV now. I haven't had cable in 5 years.
See, I wish I could get to that point, man.
Because, if it's news or sports, I can watch the highlights. They're going to put the highlights on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if it's news, I got Twitter, Facebook, CNN. Now that Twitter is news.
Yeah.
Because they will make a tweet news.
Zig, you know what, though? I say the only reason I'm talking to you is because you have a little more depth than a lot of people I deal with. And the average person who says they watch Twitter and they get news from Twitter, I call them full of shit.
Nah.
But you have what, in my doctoral program, you have what they call critical thought. And you apply critical thought to a lot of the things that you see. Because you know as well as I do. If they used to say back in the old days, right? If you're ignorant and you listen to hip hop, it'll make you more ignorant. If you're a thought provoking person and you listen to hip hop, it'll make you a smarter man. If you're an ignorant person and you watch Twitter, it'll make you a complete imbecile.
Oh, you will. Don't get me wrong. There are things I've noticed. I've seen things on the internet now, and I'm like, why am I laughing at that dumb shit so hard? It's just because it's stupid. But there's also things that's out there that you just got to know what you want, You attract what you want.
You don't have kids, do you?
I got one son.
How old is he?
13.
Okay. Well, he's prime age to act a complete fool. It's coming. It's coming.
I
man.
know.
It's coming.
I know.
I got grown kids. Get ready, got that. So what I'm gonna say though, man, is just like you have an introspective, analytical approach towards thought and so forth, and the world. Most people don't have that, man.
They don't.
They don't, and they go off of the first thing they see. They if it flashes in front of their face, that's what it is.
Right. I can't say that I've always been like that. Sometimes I will, but now if I see something online, it is not true till I see it at 3-4 more places.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you have to do now.
Yeah. Misinformation is heavy.
It's heavy. It's a big ocean of information now. And it's good and bad. Because back then, you only got it from 4 stations, 4, 5, 7, 9, and whatever the news decided to tell you, that is what you knew. Now, you can get your information outside of news. But the bad thing about that is you have no idea if it's true or not.
Unfortunately.
No idea if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Because it's such a big swath of information out there. It's overload.
Yeah, it's
overload our brain. It's to the point where, like, how many people in your contacts can you call if you lost your phone? Like, if I can give you my phone and say, how many people can you call?
You know what? Let me tell you this. I called my mother because her phone number hadn't changed in 25 years.
Same.
I call one of my sons and one of my brothers. You know why? Because I pay their bill. And I know the phone number.
Right.
That's it.
But it's because your brain doesn't have to store the information anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something about your brain knows that you can just look that up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got to store this in here.
Yeah.
You can look that. You don't need to remember that dude's number.
No, I just told my brother the other day. I told Rodney the other day, I said, man, I don't have time to worry about trying to remember all this stuff. I've had multiple careers. I was a helicopter mechanic. I was a military intelligence officer. I don't know if I ever told you that, but I was a military intelligence officer. I was program management acquisition specialist for Army signal operation, and then I went to school to get my doctorate, and I got an MBA in the middle. Right, so all of that, right? I'm trying to compartmentalize, and not to mention I DJ,
right?
And I deal with all y'all jokers, man. So I'm trying
all these songs,
all of this music, and all this shit, man. I'm trying to compartmentalize all of that and pull on and draw on it when I need to draw on that information. That's stressful, man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It'll wear
on the brain. The mind controls everything.
Yeah,
you understand. So if you're mentally tired, you're physically tired. Like, that's just what it is,
I'm gonna bring you back, and we're gonna talk about that because I had an episode in my 30s. I went through anxiety. I had anxiety and depression, and a lot of people don't know.
I think I'm just finding out what that is, and I'm like, that's what that is. I've been doing that for the longest.
Yeah. I dealt with all that, and a lot of people, especially soldiers, man. There's a stigma attached to being. That's soft in the military, which is really not soft. But that's what the world tell you, and that's what the regime tells you. But it's really not. And I went through a lot of that, man. And really a lot of it is just become. It's just like if you got to work out, you need to work out to get stronger physically. But you need to do the same thing with your brain. You need to nurture your brain and take care of your brain so it doesn't get overworked and not resting and all of that.
But the thing is, a lot of people know how to do a push-up.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know the exercises to do what you're saying.
That's right. You
know what I'm saying?
So which brings me to my next question, my brother. Smoking marijuana, in my opinion, right? This is me talking. And I just want your opinion on this.
Of course.
Smoking marijuana is one thing. But getting high and blunted out every day is a whole different story, man.
Of course. I mean, there's overindulging on anything you do. I'm not saying smoking a lot of weed is good, but, doing a lot of anything
That's right.
is bad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can overindulge in marijuana. But I also feel as if, like I smoked before I came in here. There's no way I can take a fifth
and be
the same. You know what I'm saying? And still be the same person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, it calms my mood. I don't know if I'm naturally just laid back or I'm high all the time. Either one. It could be either or at this point.
Right.
So, yeah. I would say it is a meditative thing just because it alters your state. Mm-hmm. Just like alcohol does. Yeah. Just like,
but you know something, man?
And all that.
I drink, right? Mm. But my drinking does not make me angry. Does not make me mean. It does not make me aggressive.
Because that's not who you are. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
That thing about that is it has to be in you to come out you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It has to be in you to come out.
Yeah.
So, like, no matter how mad I am, no matter how whatever I am, I'm not going to act a certain way because that's not in me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There are things I won't call you no matter how mad I am. Yeah. Because it has to be in me to call you that. Mm-hmm. To come out of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're not that and you're not that because that's not in you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at 52 minutes and you listening to the smartest man
It's been for an hour already? We just in here talking shit. I like it though.
Man, look, man, it's about 50 things on the list that I want to talk to you about, man. But
we shoot through them, man.
Yeah, man. But see, yeah, you can say keep going, but I got to edit it. That's work.
Look, that's the working part.
See, because some of this stuff, I don't want to put it out
right
directly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we're dealing with ignorant people, man. Yeah. And sometimes people don't understand, and you know what? I know you probably would say
no.
But I got a plan
Yeah,
here.
I totally understand. Yeah. Look, I got my cousin, he be going live all the time.
Saying the wrong shit.
Saying too much stuff. And I tell him, look, I'm not telling you not to say these things.
I got the guns in the rocket launcher.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you not to say these things. What I'm telling you is to record it. Look back at it.
Think about it.
And then see if you want to put that out.
The operative term here, man. Think about what you're gonna do.
Think about it. I think that's
being strategic is so important, man. Mm-hmm. And I don't think nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. You always gotta. You gotta think what you're doing.
You gotta think, man. It was a different time, man. People's thought processes were different.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah,
I think what that was. Now that I think about it, I think crack was like Molly when it hit.
Yeah.
Or like ecstasy.
Yeah.
When that hit. Because it went from one day I ain't know nothing about it to the next day everybody's taking E. Mm-hmm. Now, people I know, ain't nobody taking that stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe 10, 12 years ago they was.
Let me ask you this. So when people were doing Molly?
Mollies, and all that shit. I don't even know. I was too old for the Molly when that shit came around.
So anyway, when people was doing all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. It was a recreational type of thing?
Yes. Recreational drugs.
That's crazy.
Now, these are like pills and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what the thing. Now, there are some drugs that here and they're still here, but they're not as popular as it once was. And I think that's what it was, Yeah. I think it's a conspiracy on that shit anyway.
What you mean?
With crack, how the hell could it get from it spread all the way across the country that fast? How could it do that? I don't understand that.
You watch Snowfall?
Yeah. I watch Snowfall. I love Snowfall.
That kind of explains it though.
Yeah, but it's a conspiracy, man.
You gotta have help.
It's a conspiracy, man.
You gotta have help.
I don't get it.
I don't think that's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It is a conspiracy. It is a conspiracy theory because it's a theory.
Nah,
you don't know for sure.
You don't know for sure.
But I pretty much believe that
But hold on, the Iran-Contra affair, that's true.
That's not a theory.
That's not a theory. That happened.
That really happened.
So
let me tell you my Iran-Contra story. I ain't never told you this.
No, you can tell me this one.
Oliver North.
Right.
You know what Woodbury Forest is?
Mm-hmm.
In between Orange and Culpeper. Right? Oliver North's son used to go to Woodbury Forest.
I remember Woodbury. We played him in basketball.
He used to go to school there.
What?
Oliver North was in Orange at the McDonald's. I came home on leave. And walking in the McDonald's, and my boys, a couple of my partners was out there that used to hustle. I said, man, y'all ain't sold no weight. Y'all don't know nothing about no real weight. I said, that's the guy right there. So my guy walks up to Oliver North. He was in a Porsche.
Right.
He was tall dude. Man.
Right.
He walked up to him and said, and he messed his name. I don't know how he said it, but he said, man, you Oliver North? And it was really Oliver North.
Right.
He was like, nah, man, everybody say that. That's not me. I said, shh.
That's him. He ain't want no smoke. That bastard. Yeah. So it's like, my thing is, if that's true, then how can you tell me that this isn't true?
Yeah.
There's a clear example right there.
You see the other movie with Tom Cruise was the pilot? What's it called? Made in America, I think. He was a pilot, and they were sending drugs and guns.
I seen that on the
you gotta
feed.
watch that, man.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Is it like Blow? He was doing that type thing.
Yeah, but less. Yeah, same vein. Same vein. Yeah, but they were more like they were pilots, right? So they that was the focus of the thing. You know
okay.
And it was more contra. The contras were more heavily influenced and involved in the storyline and all that.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's your favorite of that like theme movie? What's one of your favorites? Like Scarface, New Jack City.
I think all of those are kind of.
You know what I'm saying?
They kind of
Blow.
They kind of make believe.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Kill the Messenger.
Kill the Messenger.
Have you ever seen Kill the Messenger?
I haven't seen it.
Kill the Messenger is the quote unquote true story of what's the lady in Snowfall? That's the reporter. Whatever her name was, the one that just got killed.
Mm-hmm.
They Kill the Messenger is a guy, Gary something. Gary Webb. Gary Webb. In Snowfall, they did this whole the dude Reese did this whole rigmarole of how they eliminated her. But in Kill the Messenger, they show how they came to the LA Times, or I think it's LA Times. CIA came there and harassed them, and Kill the Messenger is a story about how the CIA was really putting a squeeze on this dude, man. And they eventually murdered him.
Yeah.
You got to put that on your list, man.
I'll check it out.
You will like that.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, because it's super realistic, man.
I'll check that out.
So that is probably my favorite of that genre. It's probably my favorite movie.
Everybody say Scarface. I can't say Scarface.
Like I said, it's sort of a cartoon, man.
It is. It's too cartoony. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let me throw you on my San Fran. Like, no, like, why are you doing that?
He's not even. He's like
you Al Pacino, man.
I think he's an Italian guy or something, man.
He's Al Pacino.
Oh, look, a beast.
Look, he's great. I like it's too cheesy for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, you guys.
You tell me, man.
That's just me. That's just me. Like, I like Traffic, even though people don't like Traffic. I like Traffic.
Traffic was excellent, man.
I like Traffic. Because
I'm telling you, two of the greatest, three of the, let me tell you the three, we jumping all around. The three most underrated actors in Hollywood. My favorite of all time. Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright. Forrest Whitaker. And what's the dude in Traffic? Brother.
Don Cheadle.
The greatest, my favorite actors, man.
Yeah.
I love them dudes,
Cheadle.
man.
I like Cheadle.
I love them guys, man.
I fucks with Cheadle.
Yeah, man.
I think Cheadle getting his he got a little accolades though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They all kind of get their shine,
now,
man.
Forrest, he got an Oscar. I think they all got one.
Jeffrey Wright doesn't have one, but Jeffrey Wright is a better actor than all them dudes. I'm gonna tell you what, man. Jeffrey Wright, more light skinned than I am. Jeffrey Wright played Martin Luther.
I seen it.
Played Martin Luther King.
I couldn't get into it, man.
He killed it.
I'm sure he did,
You
man.
gotta go back and watch it.
I'm sure he did. I can't get into it, man.
He killed it, man.
He don't look nothing like Martin Luther King.
Man, that killed that joint, man.
I'm sure he did. I mean, you can
look, you ever see Shaft?
I saw Shaft.
He was Shaft. He wasn't Shaft.
No, he was the bad guy in Shaft.
Peoples.
I saw Peoples. I saw Peoples.
No, speaking of which, you know how many me and my homeboys, right? The conversation of haters. I made a video the other week about this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who don't like your shit is not a hater.
No.
Some of your shit shouldn't even be made in the first place.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I've said that years ago. This is my thing. Okay. If you don't like the shoes I'm wearing, you're not hating.
Right.
You're not a hater.
Right.
But what makes you a hater is if someone else says, I like your shoes, yo. And you go, oh, nah, man, they some bum. Now you just hate it. Now you just hate it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you try to change the opinion of this man who liked my shoes.
Yeah.
You don't got to like my shoes, but why you going to talk shit to my shoes about this man?
Look, prime example. I'm 51 years old, man. There's a whole lot of hip-hop I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't sit around dogging it. And if I do dog it, I do it in private. So if I don't like it, I talk to my boys, my family, and my friends about it. I don't get on the mic. It's just like Steve Harvey's the type of dude that I'm talking about.
Right.
Steve Harvey always got some shit to say about hip hop. I don't like that shit, man.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So,
it's not for you, man.
That's what. Talk to him, Zeg. They don't.
It's not for you, y'all. Everybody, look. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not perfect. I was saying the same shit. I was like, oh, this ain't this, that. Then I realized I'm sounding just like my parents were when I was 17. And you know why they were saying that? Because it wasn't for them.
It ain't for them, man.
This music ain't for me.
Nope.
Look, there's a lane for our stuff. It is. There's still a lane.
Yep.
Just listen to that. Just do that type music. Don't try to fit into this type of music.
Yeah.
Because that ain't for you.
I agree,
I'm trying to tell people, man, like, if you still want to do that lyric shit, do it. There's a lane for it. Because hip hop, at least if you compare it to other forms of music, is an infant. It is a baby.
Really?
Hip hop is like 50 years old.
Yeah.
Like 50 years old, bro.
When we get finished here, I'll play some jazz music for you, right? That was made in the 50s. That's 70 years ago. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you listen to it, you be like, there's no way this shit was made 70 years ago.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm 39 years old. I was born in 82. So you can essentially say hip hop is 49 years old.
Right. Right.
It's only 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
You understand?
I'm impressed by you, young man. That's why I rock with this guy. This dude know the birthday of our culture.
It's only 10 years older than I am.
Yeah.
So,
and the things that actually...
It has to grow.
Yeah.
It has to grow with us. You understand what I'm saying? Because blues is hundreds of years old. It's 100-some years old. Country, 100 years old. Hip-hop is only 10 years older than me.
And it's morphed like dramatically a couple times.
To the biggest genre of music. And it has morphed a couple times. Or, I wouldn't even say it has morphed. Because, again, NWA and De La Soul existed together.
Yeah.
They was around the same time. 50 Cent and Nelly.
My homeboy who will be here in a minute, he gonna co-sign everything you just said. Because what hip hop does not have right now is balance. Hip hop, when I was young, it had on one extreme Rob Bass, Hammer. It had a whole bunch of danceable type of
crisscross. That's the music that I ushered in hip hop on.
Hold on a second, man. This is my man Lamont. That's my man
How you
Zeg
doing,
right
brother?
here, man.
How you
I already
doing,
told
brother?
him. There's some chairs right there, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I told him, I said, you a music encyclopedia, so don't be off base, Zach, talking no crazy shit. Because he know it all.
Oh yeah, you know that.
So let me ask you this: when did Score come out? 95?
96, 7? Nah, it was like
No,
96.
yeah.
In the 95.
95, because I was still overseas.
Fall.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was in Bahrain from 96 to 98. Right? I came home, right? Yeah, I was in the Middle East, and I came home, and wherever I was in the military, he went on radio station. This motherfucker was my radio conduit.
Right.
So he would help me out, keeping me up to date and so forth. So I come home, and we went to, which is basically Jiffy Lube Live now. Or I think it's Jiffy Lube Live. And we went to see the Fugees.
I don't remember. Tribe, right?
I think it was Tribe.
Shit.
Cypress Hill. Busta Rhymes.
Shit.
Wasn't it Cypress Hill? Yeah. Wasn't it Cypress Hill?
I was about to say, I don't really remember. It was a lot of them. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Cypress Hill because we left.
Okay,
we
so
left.
I didn't see Cypress. I was telling them, I don't think I remember.
Yeah, because you kept talking about this record, Stoned in the Way of the Walk.
That's my favorite record title.
Look, you talking this language now.
That don't even get no run.
So we was coming. The important part of this whole conversation is me and him left, right? They had he had fucking Reasonable Doubt tape.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I heard it. We sat in the parking lot and I'm telling you, Lamar, I ain't never told you this. We sat in the traffic jam leaving the event.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember 22 twos, clear as day. I was like, God damn, this was peace, man.
I remember because when I got on Reasonable Doubt after.
Yeah. So
really, volume 1, I got introduced to him.
Yeah.
So then I went back. And I was like, "This is the greatest thing he ever made."
That's what I say.
It's the greatest thing he ever made because it's the way he was rapping.
Not nearly as pretentious as he became. You know what I'm saying? He was
very cocky then, but still, you gotta be in a sense because it's rapping is a single competitive sport. You're a boxer. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you're a group. But even then, you're a boxer in that group. You think you're the best one in the group. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know what? What always bothered me, man, with current society says stuff like, the dude ain't nice. Like, this is a monster, man.
What if he ain't nice? Now, if he nice, he nice. I don't care.
Before you got here, we had conversations about how everybody got an opinion, even if the opinion don't mean.
Right.
They saying unequivocally, this is what it is. Nah, that's some shit, man.
Yeah.
You just talking out your ass, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Because me and him, look, and I'm glad that my man showed up, right? Because me and him have the Tupac conversation quite a bit.
But what?
I'm the minority in the group. Before y'all jump on me,
I got a Tupac tape.
I'm the minority in this situation. Always. I like the complexity of the craft, right? And I think although Tupac had probably the most to say of most rappers, it just didn't wow me like the way it wows a lot of people.
Okay,
my man say
you gotta listen. Go back and listen to all those.
People tell me, no, I get you, man. My people say that when you're in the system, to knock your head off because
Tupac.
You don't believe.
Look, Tupac. I'm not saying these artists are Tupac. I'm just going to compare them in this sense. Biggie, Tupac is like T.I. Jeezy. T.I. will rap circles around Jeezy.
Yeah,
but more people will feel Jeezy than they will feel T.I.
Jeezy earlier said you can feel it, man.
Like you hear Jeezy would say some simplistic things. But you feel it, but because you know it's real, you can sit yourself in that kitchen beside him. Yeah. And that's the thing with Tupac.
When he first came out,
that's the thing with Tupac. I get back on the Jeezy tip. That's you felt what he was saying.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think someone said it, Shock G, rest in peace, Shock G.
Yeah, no doubt.
He was describing the the way people rapped and everything. He said Pac came from Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. He needed to say these things.
Yeah.
So that's how he got that sing song that in the me's, stuff like that.
Yeah.
When the rise to the really sun, like shit like that. He's trying to get this shit out because he has to say it. And you said, well, Biggie, he's a jazz player.
Yeah.
He's riding that beat.
So yeah, I like this
He's
guy,
riding
man.
that beat.
I like this dude, man.
You know what I'm saying? He just riding that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all. So it's just the thing with Jeezy, he didn't evolve enough. His third album, that Recession.
I think have me and you talked about this, about how we think Jeezy kind of like at one point he became sort of like stuck in he kind of got stuck.
He didn't evolve enough.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
And when he did that Recession album,
Which when I'm losing track.
that's the I put on for my city.
Okay.
That album. He had something to say. Yeah. I think he did his thing on that one. And of course the early ones. Yeah. But the early one was always your best because they say you spent your entire life making that album.
Mm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That first album, you spent your entire life making that.
Tracking.
Then the second one, it gotta be real. People can hear it.
Oh man, me and my guys, man, the whole time we was growing up, man, we talk about Illmatic, right? It's got to be one or two things. You got to have like actually lived all the stuff you talking about, or if you didn't live it, you had to be able to tell a story in such a convincing manner that it moves somebody, man.
Yes. That's why I say it has to be real so they
That's
can
why
feel
all
it.
these murderers on these records and all these hustlers and drug dealers and all this shit on these records now, it don't do nothing for me.
No.
Because I don't believe none of it.
No.
And if they really did what they talking about, it just don't really seem believable.
Even like look at the baby. Baby killed somebody, but his persona is nothing like a killer. His persona is not killer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he did that. But if you think he's a fucking funny dude.
I think if he
doing with the ladies.
I think if he would just stop talking about how he murked somebody, I think he would get more traction out of that persona.
Probably.
The persona that he's looking for.
Yeah. But right now he's acting funny. He's a funny dude. You know what I'm saying? He out here putting like diapers on and shit. He's not gangster. Yeah. Then you got other guys portraying their gangster. And you don't have to do that anymore.
Look at Q. Let me rewind back. You 39.
Yeah.
But let me rewind back to when we were young dudes. That shit Ice Cube was talking about, man, it seemed real, man. It seemed believable because he was so good at spitting it.
And he was
painting
the picture.
It seemed believable, man.
And he was painting the picture.
Yeah, it was so vivid, man.
That you didn't hear anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's
you
what
couldn't tell us that's how the California dudes wasn't like that.
I think Dave Chappelle said something like that. He went to Compton and he seen people mowing their lawns and washing their cars and shit. He was like, "What? What's going on?" But I think that's the power of music. I really think there's something about the music that connects to you, that reaches you somewhere, somehow. I don't know what it is, but I think you can reach a person through song more than you can through movies or any other type of medium. I don't know what it is.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Since, so we're going to stay on the same topics all night.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let me ask y'all, because we're different gender. Who was your top 10
That's too
MCs?
Many. That's too many.
Nah, you got to pick.
No, we just this not.
Okay, who's your top 5? Then we can just cut it to 5.
I'll let Lamont go. You want me to go first or you?
Man,
mine's gonna change.
I can even put it together, man.
Yeah.
5?
Nah, man, because you know what? I'm gonna
tell
you this.
No, I'm not gonna say favorite, because my favorite MCs are not in my top. You know what I'm saying? Because you won't see any 3 6 Mafia in my top 5, but I love 3 6 Mafia music.
Yeah,
right.
Like I'll play 3 6 Mafia more than I'll play maybe Big Pun, but Big Pun is the greatest of all time.
That's what I used to tell Pootie, man. You got to know how to switch gears, man.
Yeah,
you got to switch gears. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't listen to 3 6 to. I don't
For lyrical
expect
content.
to get from them.
Yeah.
Like Jadakiss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what's funny, Zach? This is this is the first time this has ever happened. First time I've ever interviewed somebody, especially for somebody from a different generation. When my homeboy was here, who my confidant. We talk about this stuff all the time. We was there when hip hop began.
That's what I'm saying.
Began, right? So when people try to put it in a box and say who's the greatest of all time, it's gonna sound contrived, man. But here's the difference, right?
That's why I asked y'all.
It's gonna sound contrived because some of the usual suspects are gonna be in the case,
Right.
and I don't know the numbers, right? Rakim,
Mm-hmm.
KRS-One,
Mm-hmm.
Big Daddy Kane,
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie's in there, and Organized Confusion. Pharoah Monch.
Mm-hmm.
He don't ever get mentioned.
Nah, he don't. Pharoah Monch is nasty.
He's one of the greatest of all.
Nasty.
Look, somebody you never heard of. The greatest MC that none of your whole generation has never heard of. If he was a bragging, rapping, shit-talking rapper, Brother J from X-Clan. I'm telling you. I'll let you hear some shit when you leave here. It's worth your watch. It's worth your listen.
I did.
I'm telling you. It's the most thought-provoking hip-hop and I guarantee you. Look, Most Def.
Right.
They're trying to figure out, decipher some of Brothers J stuff to this day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The Jizza. Inspector Deck.
Method Man.
Grand Poobah.
Yeah, who gets slept on a lot.
Yeah.
I know Grand Poobah.
We don't put, people love meth, but we don't put him in the top, man.
No, we don't put, but he's a nasty.
Oh, he was
MC.
sick, man.
He's
but,
nasty.
But that's how,
But that's the thing.
You know what the example we use?
Uh.
We talk about Fabulous, right?
Yeah.
Fabulous is revered as one of the
Nasty.
greatest of current rappers, right?
Right.
Me and him always say, if Fabulous was rapping back in the golden era of rappers, he'd be on the bench.
Yeah, he wouldn't stand out.
He'd be on the bench. But that don't take nothing from him.
Nah.
But that's the world we living in, man. So everybody says that either you're this guy or you some garbage. I don't think he's garbage, but he ain't the people I just mentioned.
Nah, but that's why I asked y'all, because y'all will put LL Cool J in there.
Yeah,
y'all will put
man.
Cool G Rap in there.
Cool G Rap, we didn't even mention them.
Look, see, everybody you mentioned, all them people shook the game up.
Shook the game
You
to its
forgot
core.
the West Coast, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't even mentioning Cube.
Yeah. Hey, look, all those guys shifted, especially like when you talk about, we go on the East, all the ones you named.
Black Thought.
They all shifted the game. And that happened
Riz.
about all around 86, 88.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Took the game all those different ways.
But that's, Run DMC.
Yeah.
Beastie
Rum was
Boys.
the man till Kane came out.
Say what now?
I used to think Rum was the fly nigga. Rhyme until Kane came
Yeah.
out. Kane
Who run?
ran Run. But even though DMC was better, but Rum was fly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
DMC was the better MC. He was.
Yeah.
But see, Zach, you a thought-provoking, open-minded type of individual. If I tell a person how ill Run DMC was, the first thing they're going to think is, who is this old talking, man? What is he talking about? What is he know?
Right. You know.
But I'm telling you, before them, there was no boom bap hip-hop. There was no hip-hop that had just drums. For real, man. You got to understand that.
They was all rhyming on disco beats and shit like that.
The music was real melodic.
Bands playing.
Curtis Blow and type of stuff, man. Which was great.
Had a nice bass line
It
and
was
all
great.
that.
But it won't this shit. Look at how them dudes look. They look like us.
I think that's what
You know what I'm saying?
they changed the game.
I'll tell you, man,
in the
Rum
sense
was
of the way Nirvana changed the game. In the
That's
sense
exactly
that
right. Perfect analogy.
the Houdinis and them, they all dressed like that, but they changed their clothes to go on stage.
See, that's why I mess with this dude, Lamont. I'm
One of
like,
the
he's a
best
young
Houdini,
boy, man.
man.
But I rock with him, man.
The difference, the only thing they did was they didn't change clothes to go on stage. Houdini and them and all those cats that had on like the sequins and shit, they wore that shit. But they changed clothes to go on stage.
When you get
That's
home-
how they changed the game.
When you get home, go see that picture right there, Wild Style.
Right.
Go look up Go look up. Go on you. Go on Google and Google Wild Style Cold Crush Brothers.
I don't know, bro.
The Cold Crush Brothers. I look. That was on my list of pictures that I was gonna put up, and I just ran out of space. But I'm telling you, before Kane, before Run DMC, before all them hard rappers, was JDL, Easy AD, and Grandmaster Caz. All of these people birthed them guys, man. All that hardcore rapping, all came from them guys, man. I can show you I play a track for you from 1982. The rhyme patterns sound like Big Daddy Kane.
Oh yeah, guys.
I'm telling you the truth.
That's what I was saying. That's why I asked y'all, because I'll say Big Pun or Eminem, and these kids don't know. They just copy Kool G Rap. They just straight copy Kool G Rap. Yeah. But then again, the only reason I would know that is because, I'm a student of the...
You've been paying attention, man.
Yeah.
It's clear.
Yo, didn't G-Rap have a wax show, man? Oh, disappointed,
we went to see Kool G.
As great as he is, man.
When?
Man, you gotta go with us next time, man.
I catch
you.
You
a young boy, man, but I can hang with
video.
You.
Yeah.
We went to the Howard Theater, man.
That's because, again, but that's my style. Because I always want to study and learn.
G-Rap that dude. Yeah. But man, his show, he was out of breath.
It takes a lot of breath.
His show was off, man. It was
terrible.
How
old your son?
At the
time, he was about 13.
His son was 13.
Oh,
he's the go to this type of shit with us, right?
Right.
And we in the joint. His son said, "Dad, didn't he just mess with the lyrics to the record?"
Look, on Ill Street Blues, it's an up, up, up. Mm-hmm. It's a buck, buck, buck.
Right.
Take you. When he got to that part of the song, he didn't do it. He went to the next song. How you gonna leave that part out?
That was the memorable.
My son looked at me like, man, man.
He got this, Dave.
His show was bad, man.
But that's the thing, is I was influenced most by Big Pun. Mm-hmm. He was influenced most by Kool G Rap.
See, but Jack, the difference is, man, for you, again, you're not the type of kid that you just influenced by him just because he had a hot video on 106 and Park and shit. Because Pun was vicious.
Pun was nasty, man.
Pun was vicious, man.
He got me into studying the inside rhyming, the multi-syllable rhyming. You know what I mean? That's that thing to where that's how I want to rhyme.
Yeah, you gotta go look at some of them. He got a story for this one, but you go listen to mixtapes from our day, from Doo Wop and DJ Doo Wop and all these cats, man. You would be sitting there look, a year ago or 2 years ago when I got his whole anthology of all his mixtapes, I'm sitting there just looking at the my thumb at my computer while I was playing, damn, man, this shit was amazing, man.
Yeah.
See, if hip hop don't do that for you, or music don't do that for you, then it ain't that interesting to me.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. Nah.
So speaking of, we don't want to talk about hip hop all night, but R&B. Who's your? And look, I know this is gonna catch you off guard, Zach, because we don't ever talk about this.
Nah.
Who's your? And don't give me no stuff that you've seen on the internet or you think that I'm gonna think this cool. Who do you think is the most influential R&B acts of all time?
Of all time,
because this shit has got something to do with hip hop. It plays into why hip hop is so fly.
Of all time,
that you can think of all time. It don't matter.
Cause see, when you ask questions like that, I want to go back to things I reference. Mm-hmm. So, but it's always Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, those types. Yeah. But if you want to keep it real, R. Kelly influenced a lot of that, man.
That shit, Zay.
Look, he still did what he did. He's a piece of shit. All right, he's a piece of shit. He still did what he did. But he still made incredible music, man. Nigga, man. He did. Look, I was
Hold on, man. All right, so Zach, thank you for coming out, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming. Hopefully, we can do this again so we can finish this thing off. You know what I'm
Anytime,
saying?
man. Please. Appreciate it, man. Thank you
doubt
for
about
having
it,
me.
man. How do people get in touch with you, brother?
You can look me up on Twitter. It's Zeg Taylor, ZEGTAYLOR. You look me up on Instagram. It's Zegary. That's It's Zegary, ZREGORY.
Right.
Look me up on Facebook. I'm about to have a mixtape soon on Spotify. As soon as I get that done, and we'll be in the flats too soon, field parties and all that. So look me up online.
I'm supposed to be out there in June with I don't know if it's back or
one of them. We don't know.
Bands. I don't know who it is. Man.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Spot.
Yeah,
That little spot.
Good spot, man. It's like good peoples, good vibes. We was gonna keep it in the daytime. You know what I mean? But I like day parties. I think even after all this COVID shit,
we old, man.
Yeah, even after the COVID shit, keep the parties over at 12. I like that.
I'm with that.
Yeah, I'm with that. Even after all this Rona shit over, end the party at 12 so I can get home. Straight up. I mean, what's the difference? I can strike out in the parking lot at 2 in the morning or 12:30.